Okay, so this time we have the daemon user settings cleaner variables. So this file is used for when you have a purge bucket and or a nozzle cleaning system like a pad or a brush or some sort of scrubber. So we have the first one that you will see when you open the file is this variable. Have you set this up? It will say false because it'll be a new file and you obviously won't have set it up. So to be able to use it, you need to set this to true, otherwise it will error out all of the time. And by setting it true, you acknowledge that you have set up and tested all of the following options correctly for your printer. Because if you don't, you'll probably damage it if you don't use the correct settings. So what we have are, first of all, the global cleaning settings. So do you want to use random cleaning? If so, this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Set to true on both. And what this will do is it will choose random movements in either or both axes, or neither if you set false. And the travel speed here 200 and pass speed 250, for cleaning speeds, so how fast you want the tool head to move around while it's going to the cleaning locations and during the cleaning movements. So here you have the end position where the tool head will exit the cleaning moves, so it comes off the side of the pad or the brush or whatever. And then also you have the park. So this is the final position. So this is where it ends the cleaning, and this is where it finishes the macro completely. This is where it stops and waits, when it's done. So now, first of all, we have two cleaning modes. You can either use one or the other, or by setting one of these to false, you can use a combination of the two. So first of all, we have how many passes you want. And when you're using linear mode, usually it's fine to use a lot less than the amount of passes in a random mode, because the random mode can be small movements, it can be large movements. It's completely random, so you need to have more of them. Whereas the linear one, the pass count can be very low. So yeah, this is where the x-axis will start, and the y-axis will start, and at what height you want the Z to be at when it has the linear pass enabled. In the clean axis, if you want it to clean along X or Y, you can choose. So if you have a random axis movement on the Y, you want to set the X as the linear, that kind of thing, and whether you want it to clean in a positive direction or a negative direction, and the distance of the clean. So if you put your tool head, your nozzle, to the left hand side of the cleaner, a pad, and the cleaner, you want it to go to the right, you need to have it in a positive direction. Whereas if you put the nozzle to the right hand side of the cleaning pad, for example, and you want it to go to the home direction, you have that as false, so it goes to a negative direction, so it moves towards home. Needless to say, if you get this wrong and you have your tool head low when you test it, and it's incorrect, there'll probably be some problems. So while you're setting it up and testing it, set this to like 15 or 20 or something, so it cleans in midair. So if you get this wrong and it's going to hit something, if it's low, it won't, because you've set it high, that kind of thing. Right. Random cleaning mode. Like I said, pass count needs to be fairly high to be effective. Lots of random movements, some small, some large, and it kind of basically will bounce around inside the box that you set here. So if you imagine it like that, it's a lot easier to kind of comprehend. So this is the starting location, and Z height same as this here. So this is where it will start the clean, and these are the positions, the limits of the random cleaning box. So minimum needs to be a lower axis amount distance than the maximum, obviously. So here we have 290, there we have 321. So that's the way it works. So you want to set up the limits of the box, because the nozzle, when you clean in full random mode, the nozzle will bounce around inside of this box. So you need to set both sides on both axes. Here we have the purge bucket settings. We have the preheating temperature and the post cooling temperature, I guess. And then you have the distance to load the filament and distance to purge and unload as well there. Also, you have a linear random position to set. So this will be what the minimum and maximum positions of your purge bucket in the x-axis, and what the system will do, it will automatically randomly choose a position within these two numbers, between these two numbers. So this is also the Y position of where it should purge and at what height. So also the temperatures for the ready up commands. When you use the Klipper screen menu, you'll have these ready up options here. So if you want to change those, this is where you do it.